Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Buss, and I am your guest host for Lincoln Live today. We threw Mitzi a fastball, and instead of interviewing Anthony from the Lincoln 4th of July committee, I'm here to interview Mitzi. She had no idea this was happening, and we completely surprised her probably about 10-15 minutes ago. So I have a list of questions, a long list of questions, and we're going to jump right into it. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Are you surprised?
I'm very surprised.
Did you see this coming?
No, not at all. I would have never thought in 1,000 years.
That's what we wanted to do. I don't know if you remember when we first met, but we met online on Facebook.
Yes.
And we met for lunch, and we wanted to do something good for the city of Lincoln. We wanted to do something charitable. And you're, in fact, the reason that I'm on the Lincoln 4th of July committee. You're the reason I'm doing something for a charity here in Lincoln. Why did you gravitate towards charity and trying to do something for Lincoln? Because you're involved in a number of things in Lincoln.
I'm so in love with the community of Lincoln. For me, it's a no-brainer. I want to dedicate my time, my efforts, just everything that I have to give, my talents. I want to give back to this community because I love it so much. There's so much to love.
Yeah, there is. You can't see it on the camera, but there's actually old pictures of Lincoln up on the wall, which is kind of amazing. What's your favorite charity that you're involved in?
The Lighthouse, by far. I love the Lighthouse.
Tell us about the Lighthouse.
So the Lighthouse Family Resource Center, Counseling and Family Resource Center, is centered around helping families in the Lincoln community and some surrounding communities as well, just kind of get back on their feet as far as overall family health is concerned. So there's mental health services, there's backpack programs, there's car seat programs. There's just a number of different things where it just kind of looks at the family as a whole and says, what can we do to make this family whole again, and how can we help? I mean, there's clinicians that will do site visits when CPS gets involved, and it's not coming from a place of, let's take away your children and take away your rights and, hurt you as an individual, but rather, how can we make you whole and help get those kids back into the family where they belong.
That's great, actually. I didn't really know how involved they were.
Yeah, they're cool.
What do you do for Christmas at McBean Park? Because I'm always out of town for Christmas, so I'm only vaguely aware of what you do.
Well, Christmas at McBean, let me tell you, it has really taken on a life of its own. What we do there is we meet early in the morning, and there's several different families that are involved. It's not just my family spearheading it. Janet Voris is another big part of that, and you guys have seen her on a previous episode representing Placer Land Trust. She also just graduated with the leadership class of 2018 as well. But anyway, great woman. So she and I kind of spearhead this, and then we just pull in other families who are looking for volunteer opportunities around the holidays. And so we collect a variety of things from clothing, warm clothing, toiletries, food obviously is the big thing. We want to provide breakfast to Lincoln's homeless, as well as lunch, which consists of traditional things, or Christmas, dishes.
I never get to take part of that because I always go out of town for Christmas every year. I know that you don't want Lincoln Live to be about you.
No.
You want it to be about the residents of Lincoln who have an influence and a positive impact on Lincoln. And you're definitely one of those persons. But we should mention that you're a real estate agent. How did you get into this, and do you enjoy doing it?
Lincoln Live or real estate?
Real estate.
Okay. I love real estate. It's my passion. It's my calling. It's something that I think, I wish I would have gotten into a little bit earlier in life. I got licensed at 30. I'm 35 now. But it's really been an incredible opportunity for me to provide, just advocate for my clients, both buyers and sellers, and really help people to kind of get on to the next chapter of their lives. To me, it's extremely gratifying. Just this morning, I was meeting with a young couple. Their first-time buyers. He's prior military, which, thank you for your service, both military personnel as well as the family. I know you all served together. That's huge to me, just to be able to meet with them, show them the different communities, kind of explain, this is the benefits and things like that, but just give them the information, let them make the decision that works best for their family and just get their feet under them and start moving towards the direction of one day getting into the dream home that's just really gonna.
That's got to be gratifying to a certain degree, especially for first-time home buyers.
Yeah, I feel like Santa Claus. Every day's Christmas and I get to be Santa Claus. It's a little selfish, to be honest with you.
Okay. Here's a personal question for you. Why do you giggle so much?
You know what? It's funny. I'm just a very happy person. I mean, just overall, it's just kind of who I am.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but those of us who are around you on a regular basis pick up your giggling too. So I always thought that was cute. What's the best advice anyone has ever given you?
Ooh, that's a curveball question right there, because I've gotten some really good advice. But I'll tell you what. One of my favorite mentors may even watch this, and that's Marguerite Crispillo. She's an incredible, incredible woman, and I think that she has such a great perspective on life. And one of the things that, she's really instilled in me is just, that don't take things personally, because things aren't really personal.
There you go. That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could bring any one business to Lincoln, what would you bring?
Actually, one of the fiduciaries that works here in the office had an incredible idea not too long ago for a high-end steakhouse. I think that would be great. But I think that, Lincoln, I think we need more things for the kids.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Our pool hall would be fun, but that'd be more for us, adults.
You run Lincoln Live. What made you think of doing this?
So it's funny. It's kind of a progression of things that happened. When I was early in my career in real estate, I was looking for a way to impact the community in a positive way. So I started a blog actually called Spotlight Lincoln. And that was on Blogger, Blogspot, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so it was fun, but I would interview business owners in the community and other people with stories to tell. And it was very time consuming. So it'd take me about an hour and a half to interview the person, another hour and a half to edit. And then we'd go back and forth gathering photos, and I'd get their final proof, and then I would publish. And so as I got busy in real estate, it was longer and longer in between posts. So that kind of went by the wayside. And so I guess it was about a little over a year ago, I reached out to Chris Wyatt, and I knew she's an incredible woman doing amazing things in our community. And so a number of things. It'd be a really long list if I even tried to name them all, but so I asked her to lunch, and I wanted to get that going again. So I sat down with her at Ken's Country Kitchen, and I interviewed her, and I had, a bunch of pages of notes, and I said, I'll get you your article, sometime in the next week or two. And then I just got slammed in real estate, and it was like that went by the wayside. So by the time I reached back out to her, it had been a couple months. So things, she obviously represents Friends of McBean. She's the president, and so I reached back out to her and I said, Chris, I'm so sorry that I wasted your time. Obviously, things have changed a lot from when we sat down initially to now, but I do think what you're doing is hugely important and people need to know. So how would you feel about doing a live interview so I can ask you these questions and people are getting the information in real time? So she agreed, which I thought was really cool. So this might not have happened if it weren't for her being so accommodating and going and doing that interview with me. And it was funny because it was like overnight, like 2,000 views. And I'm like, okay, so people want this, right? So that's why we just started doing it, and we're having a blast.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Who has been your most popular guest to date?
It would be you.
I had to throw that in there.
Yes.
Who has been your favorite person that you interviewed for Lincoln Live?
That is so tough because I think very, very highly of Eric Long with the salt mine. I think he's an incredible man doing incredible things in the community. And so he's been my pastor for 11 years. So, that one's a tough one, but, I really couldn't put my finger on one person because there's so many incredible people here. And I feel like all the time, okay, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I closed escrow on a property off of Gold Hill, and I'm driving back from giving keys, and I'm passing that, there's not really a fruit stand. It's more like this building at the corner of Gold Hill and Virginia Town, where these older gentlemen have been, growing fruits and vegetables on their property and selling them out of this storefront that they have there for decades. And I'm past it, and I said, I cannot wait. I really, really, really need to get them scheduled for Lincoln Live because this is the type of thing that, it's all about.
That sounds like a good idea for a remote shoot, going out there and just doing it right there at the farm.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's great.
Is there anyone in Lincoln that you want to interview but haven't yet?
Oh, there's tons of people. The list is so long. I mean, we have some really exciting upcoming interviews. There was a little scheduling snafu with Rogers Family Coffee, for example, but we're getting them back on the schedule, hopefully here pretty quickly. Wise Villa, that's going to be a really fun upcoming interview. They're technically in Newcastle, but whatever. They're like right over the board. It doesn't matter. My son James, who's going to be 14 in a couple weeks, he really had some great insight the other day when we were driving around, and he said, Mom, when you run out of people in Lincoln to interview, you should do Lincoln Live and beyond.
Newcastle, Auburn, Sheridan.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a long list. Both of us have daughters that just graduated high school last Friday. What is the best advice that you can give to your daughter who just graduated?
Do not take a year off. She thought she was taking a year off before she went to college, but turns out that didn't work out so well. And she won't even see this interview, I'm sure, because, only old people have Facebook. But, that's the thing. And just keep moving. Just keep moving. And, again, back to the little things don't matter. And, you just got to keep pushing forward and always be in a state of expansion. And
I don't know about your daughter not being on Facebook, because the trend that I've noticed is that the kids go through high school and they graduate, and suddenly they realize that they need something a little bit more from social media, and they end up back on Facebook at age 19 or 20. Off the wall question: what would you do if you won $100 million in the lottery in the next few days?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. I could go on and on forever. It's funny because I see some dilapidated houses in Lincoln. I'm driving through, and there's big holes in the roofs and things like that. I would go fix up those houses. I would, oh my gosh, I would pay off my house. My husband and I have 9 children together, for those of you guys that don't know that. So all of those kids would be set up, obviously, and yeah, I'd just sock a bunch in the bank and do good with whatever was left, and yeah.
That was actually one of my questions. How many children do you have? 9
children between my husband and I. Yes, and they range in age all the way from 20 years old to not even 2 yet. So, but only 6 at home.
That's a lot of kids.
I know.
That's a lot of kids. You've answered 2 of the questions that I had for you, including who's your mentor.
Yeah.
Last question is, what would you like to see the city of Lincoln do to improve itself?
Whoa, that's a very loaded question. I think the city of Lincoln, like I said, we have just an incredible jewel that we live in, that we have the benefit of being here. And I don't know if you saw my thread on Good Neighbors of Lincoln a couple days ago. I was asking, basically, let's get to know each other better. So where'd you come from?
I did see that,
Why'd you come? What's your favorite thing? And I think that, going back to what other people kind of feel about the community, you've got some people that want to get out of California.
Yep.
That's just, it's politics, and I won't even go there. But, then you've got other people that are concerned about some of the things that are happening locally. I try not to get too involved with any of those things,
Yeah.
The people who are running, the big players in the community, I think that overall, a lot of people have, good intentions, but, I don't know. I can't really get too deep into that question, if you will.
I like the improvements that they're making, especially on, I guess it's Old 65, with fixing up the old sidewalks and things like that.
Oh, okay. So we're going to structural it.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I know, a lot of people like to knock our government, not that I'm defending anyone,
No.
but you have to realize that the city of Lincoln is planning out like 20 years in advance. I've seen some of the plans that they have. And,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for some people, Lincoln's going to be getting even larger than it is today.
Well, the truth is, feathers are going to get ruffled no matter what. And so that's why, like I said, I remain neutral. And so.
We all like Lincoln for the small town appeal, but eventually.
It's inevitable. So for me, I would rather attract the people that are going to kind of play nice in the sandbox and love Lincoln for what it is, than to attract people that are coming for the wrong reasons and kind of bring in some things that we're not excited about, like crime, for example.
The one things that I would like to see in Lincoln would be a movie theater. I thought there was plans for that on the corner of Ferrari Ranch and Old 65, and that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great. Even a drive-in movie theater.
Oh yeah, that would be different.
Yeah.
So that's all the questions I have for you.
Okay, well, I have questions for you because...
Okay, go.
Yeah, because we still don't know what's going on. So tell us, we are 3 weeks away from the big day. So for those of you that don't know, the big 4th of July celebration that's put on in Lincoln is actually put on by community members, volunteers, people in the community that care about the fact that this celebration happens every year. So city funds are not even a part of that, and there's nobody who's on the committee that, as far as I know, that even works for the city or is in any way connected. Is that correct?
We do actually have a liaison for the city because the city does a lot for us. But right now we're about 3 weeks away. I believe we need to raise about $14,000 still.
Okay.
We have an event on the 26th. The Potters are playing Chico Heat.
Okay.
Half of the proceeds are going to go towards the fireworks committee. There's going to be a raffle that day. We're also doing, on the 30th, we're doing another shred event.
Okay.
As well. And we're also working on something with, this is jumping the gun just a little bit, but we're working on something with Tires Direct, hopefully for next week. And in fact, I'm going to talk to him on my way home today. So that's where we stand with the fireworks are on. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a great party.
Well, awesome. I mean, that's great news. And I know there's a lot of different opportunities. I mean, we've got 45,000 people in Lincoln. If everybody donated $1, we'd have like a reserve for next year. So I know, not everybody can donate $100 or $500 or, but that's okay. I mean, but this event we all benefit, and you can see all these different families, even from outside of the community, that come in and take advantage of that event. So, I mean, I challenge everybody who's watching this to just donate $1. You don't even have to go bigger than that. Just do $1. And then there are some really cool sponsorship events too for local businesses. I know for my business, we're doing one of the sponsorship levels. So that's it's great. A great way to give back to the community and just be involved in that. And so you guys have actually been meeting all year long, right?
Oh yeah, we literally start right after the 4th of July. The next month we have like a follow-up meeting to see what went wrong, what we could have done better, and then start with our future plans. We've been meeting every month now since last 4th of July. So
yeah.
it's a nonstop thing for us. Now it's getting to a really busy time now.
Yeah, so I really want to respect your time and honor the time that you guys have put in this and just make it great. So again, I challenge everybody, just $1. So you have anything else?
Nope, that's going to be it for me.
Okay, well.
Thank you very much for being a sport and letting us do this. Boy, we really surprised you.
Yeah.
I knocked on your door and you're there like, oh, is Anthony here? And I'm there like, no, not so much. But yeah, thank you very much for letting me do this. It was long overdue. You are a huge influence on the community. You had an impact on me. I'm on the 4th of July committee because of you specifically. We need more people like you in the community.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Okay.
I really appreciate that. Well, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.